Well, the Speaker of Zimbabwe's National Assembly, J.F. Madunde, is to address a media conference in Parliament, and we are expecting that to happen any time from now, and we will take you to that briefing as soon as it gets underway. All right, well, we cross now to Pretoria, where our reporter Sipho Sturman is at the Zimbabwean embassy, and reaction, Sipho, continues to pour in as the headline all over the world today is the resignation of Robert Mugabe. But I suppose the focus now shifts from the celebration to the practical outworking of this new era in Zimbabwe. So a lot still needs to be done. You've got some reaction and thoughts for us on that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you and our viewers at home. Indeed, we continue with our reactions here outside the Zimbabwean embassy here in Pretoria, and I can also just confirm to you that the ambassador to South Africa, Isaac Moyo, just left the embassy here. We are told that he's gone to a meeting. We're not sure how long that will go. Of course, we are hoping that we can get a word from the embassy itself, but it's proving to be difficult. However, there are some activities that are taking place with various groups that are interested in the Zimbabwe developments that have come through to just, give their positions and their opinion on the developments in the country, particularly one issue because one of the key issues that have come up in celebration of Mugabe's resignation was that this will lead to a recovery of the economy, with many Zimbabweans expected to be going back home and to try and rebuild that country. But the word that we are getting here from my guest here, who's from Zimbabwe Business Forum, South Africa, General Marshal Sankara, says that it's still a tough road ahead for Zimbabweans. What makes you say that, sir?
There's still a lot of work to be done. You see, we're coming from a country where literally everything was destroyed, and the government was being managed from the bedroom, you see, by a woman that we don't know where she came from. So with that perspective in mind, we still have a lot to fix. The economy was damned, literally. That's all I can say for now.
All right, so those that are perhaps on the streets that are expecting to be going back home think that this is a chance to return home and leave South Africa and find employment there. Are you saying it's a bit too soon to be considering that move?
There are some who are working formally, some informally, and some whom I can't specify. But I think it's going to be too early for them to just say we are going home. To do what? They need now to a little bit, those who are working, they need to resign. Those who are having this agreement, they must wait for this agreement to expire and see how the development is back home. And also those ones who are literally doing nothing, then I think they should be on their way back home. And we are here to help them go back home, unlike to be a social threat to South Africa.
All right, let's also get some more comments here from Ideal Zimbabwe Party, Tinashe Jonas. You've also come here to give your take. Essentially, you're not sharing the celebrations that everybody, is caught up with. You're saying there's nothing to celebrate with President Mugabe resigning. Why is that?
Mugabe has never been a threat to Zimbabwe. What made Mugabe powerful to oppress Zimbabweans and to loot was because of the backing of the army. So a dictator is a person who uses the army. So the same Chiwenga, the same Mnangagwa are the enemies of the people. So it's a system. Our common enemy is the army. So I do Zimbabwe, we are saying to Zimbabweans, let's not celebrate that Mugabe is in or is out. What we need to do as Zimbabweans is to take power from the politicians, these ZANU-PF devils, so that democracy comes when power is in the people. Right now, Mnangagwa is becoming a president in a criminal means. He did a coup. He should be arrested. And right now, they say Mugabe has resigned. Mugabe didn't resign. Mugabe, the letter was written by Chiwenga and Mnangagwa, and then they took it to the Speaker of Parliament, who read it with a gun in his head. So to us, it's not about which devil, because in hell there's no better devil. Mugabe, Mnangagwa, and Chiwenga, they are same devils.
All right. Well, there you have it, calling the incoming leader of ZANU-PF, Mnangagwa, a devil here. Of course, you can see there's still a lot of emotions attached to the developments in Zimbabwe. But essentially, what you can see is that we're getting a diverse views all around. Last night we were here, it was jubilation and celebration. People saying that this is Freedom Day, there will be change. Now you get other opinion saying, well, there isn't going to be change, it's just still the military in charge. So we will continue to get more reactions outside the embassy. It's now back to you in studio.
Well, thanks so much for that. Our Sipho Sturman live from Pretoria. Well.